I've reviewed a lot of keyboards at this point, but I don't think I've ever had one make me stop and stare at it like this. The Womier SK61 HE has this hollow aluminum frame, custom keycaps, a translucent light plate, and a Japanese art style backplate that all come together way better than I ever expected. And underneath all that, it's still a wireless Hall effect gaming keyboard with rapid trigger, adjustable actuation, 8K polling, all that good stuff. So on paper, it has the looks, it has the specs, it definitely talks the talk, but can it walk the walk? Let's find out. The unboxing is pretty simple, but Womier does give you a few nice extras. Inside the box, you get the keyboard itself, the cable, a wireless 2.4 GHz dongle, a few extra magnetic switches, and some extra themed keycaps. These look so sick. And the second you take it out, you can tell it feels a lot more premium than a typical value tier magnetic keyboard. It has a nice weight to it, the frame feels extremely solid, and visually it doesn't look like another basic 60% board with RGB slapped on it. This thing definitely has its own look. This is easily my favorite part of the SK61. The hollowed out aluminum frame is absolutely beautiful. It gives the keyboard this really distinct shape where it feels compact but still has a large presence on the desk. Then you have this translucent light plate at the bottom, which makes the RGB feel more intentional. It's not just lighting under the keys, the whole board kind of just glows from underneath, and it gives off this display piece kind of feeling. With themed keyboards, the design can get a little too busy or a little too toy-like sometimes, but I think it works really well here. The colors, the legends, the side print, the accent keys, all of it matches the style of the board. And these custom keycaps, man, they look so nice. It actually reminds me a lot of the Womier SK30 I reviewed earlier on my channel. That little numpad keyboard has the same Japanese art style design, and it just looks so good. And my favorite part of this board is usually hidden away. There's a glossy backplate with the same traditional Japanese art style, and it just looks like something you could hang on a wall. I know most of the time you're not staring at the back of your keyboard, but here it adds to the whole identity of it. It feels like the design was thought through from every angle, and for me, this is hands down the best looking keyboard I've ever owned. There are other keyboards that are more subtle, maybe more expensive or more custom keyboard feeling, but visually, the way this all comes together, it just hits for me. Feature-wise, the SK61 HE pretty much checks all the boxes you'd expect from a modern magnetic gaming keyboard. We've got Hall effect switches, adjustable actuation, rapid trigger, different connection modes, RGB, software control, and a compact 60% layout. The thing I like about this is that it's wireless. There's a lot of magnetic keyboards out there right now, but not a lot of them give you a good wireless experience. Most of them are going to be wired. And I know from a pure competitive standpoint, a lot of people are going to still run wired anyway. Wired gives you the maximum polling rate, which on this board is 8K. And yeah, it's nice to say you have that. It lets the keyboard say it has the latest specs, and technically, if you do want the absolute fastest mode, wired is the way to go. So if you're an esports player or a highly competitive player, you're probably going to want to stay wired. But for most gamers, 1K wireless is going to be completely fine and faster than you need. Most of us probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference between 1K and 8K. For 99% of us, you're not going to plug this in at 8K and suddenly become a different player. But like I said, having both options is nice. You can run it wireless for a cleaner setup and then plug it in if you want the best possible specs. It also has Bluetooth, but it's more like a convenience mode. If you want to connect to a laptop or a tablet or something casual, it's useful. For gaming, you're going to want to go wired or 2.4. In terms of gaming feel, this keyboard just feels right. The key presses are light, fast, and responsive. The whole thing has this immediate feel where inputs happen exactly when you expect them to. And the big advantage with Hall effect is that you can tune the keys really precisely. You're not stuck with one fixed actuation point like a normal mechanical switch. You can tune each key down to a fraction of a millimeter, so movement keys can be more sensitive while other key presses can be less sensitive, and you can build the keyboard around how you actually play. That's an amazing feature, right? But it also means you should spend a little more time tuning it. You can absolutely use a standard gaming setup or copy someone else's settings, and that'll get you most of the way there, but I always recommend spending that extra time to dial it in yourself, because the return is worth it multiple times over. Once you do have it tuned, strafing, counter strafing, quick peek, stopping, and starting movement, all that feels really good when the key resets instantly instead of waiting for a normal switch reset point. So as expected, it checks all the boxes for gaming performance. Typing on the SK61 is actually really nice. Magnetic switches are great for gaming performance, but they can be a little hit or miss in terms of actual typing feel. They don't have as much tactile feedback, and they don't have that same deep thought that mechanical switches have. Magnetic switches tend to be a little more clacky, and this board definitely has that cleaner, sharper clack sound to it. For me, I really like it. It's different from a thok, but it's still really satisfying in its own way. It almost reminds me of a horseshoe clip-clop sound in a way. But crisper. It has this really crisp, clean clack that's really satisfying, especially if you like a brighter typing sound. The actual key feel is excellent. The key presses feel really smooth and light. They're really consistent. I can't feel any wobble. The board feels really firm and planted. And because the design is so compact, it has this really direct typing feel that feels really nice. Here's a quick test of the sound profile. So, is the SK61 HE worth it? I think it definitely is, but it's for a specific type of person. This isn't really the keyboard I'd recommend to someone who just wants the best value Hall effect board possible. There are a lot of value tier HE boards right now, and if all you care about is getting that magnetic switch performance for the lowest price, you have options. This is going to be for someone who wants to move past the basic value tier and get something that feels like it's starting to enter premium territory. You get all the magnetic gaming performance features, but you're also getting that aluminum frame, the hollowed-out design, the translucent bottom lighting, the custom keycaps, that art style backplate, and a keyboard that just looks special on a desk. And I think that's what makes this different. You're not just buying it for the magnetic switches, you're getting it for the whole design. And for someone like me who cares a lot about aesthetics, that's a big part of the appeal. So if you want a compact gaming keyboard that looks incredible, feels fast, has all the modern magnetic switch features, and is gonna be a joy to look at on your desk every day, this one is really easy to recommend. Final thoughts on the Womier SK61 HE. This is one of the most visually impressive boards I've used, and it's not just a good looking keyboard, it also performs with the best of them out there. The typing feel is also better than I expected, has a nice clean sound profile, and if you're looking for a premium 60% keyboard that talks the talk and walks the walk, check out the Womier SK61 HE. Alright guys, that's all I got for this one. I hope it was helpful. If this video helped you make a purchase decision, please consider using the affiliate links down below. It really helps to support the channel and helps me to continue making reviews like this. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.